Good evening, everyone. Welcome back, and welcome to November. That puts us on an easy countdown. Yes, to the holidays and to the first of the year. As frightening as that sounds to me, but it happens this time every year. Also happening in just days, clocks falling back. Something else I'm not looking forward to as much as perhaps everyone else, and maybe as everyone else. With that said, my apologies. Yesterday just kind of fell apart. To be honest, I'd actually spent Sunday night and half of the day yesterday working on the hours of really great Halloween footage that I have from the Ghost Walk and the, of course, event over in the park, the Trick or Treat Extravaganza Spooktacular, and of course the dancing and thriller and all that. And my intentions were to go to Moorhead at a meeting that I'd had on the schedule, my calendar that was mandatory, so to speak, for months. That just ran way past due, and I didn't get back literally until after even the show should have started and Trick or Treat had already begun. And for those of you who know me, I don't take that very lightly, so just couldn't be here. My apologies. Couldn't even get a message up to say I wasn't going to be. So again, terribly sorry for the inconvenience. With that said, I will have, before the end of the week, a Halloween special with all of that footage, all the trick-or-treating. I know it will be a few days post-Halloween, but a lot of folks are going to want to see it and are dying to, rightfully so. And it's still in edit. I had hours of footage that I'll narrow down to 30 minutes or so and have for you in a special before the end of the week. On tomorrow's program, tomorrow, of course, Tuesday, 1 week away from live election results right here on this network or wherever you're watching, so keep that in mind. Also, 2 breaking stories that we're closely watching. One of those, which we hope to have tomorrow, a major economic announcement for Magoffin County that I'm expecting to hear more about in the near future. For now, however, we'll have to talk about the tragic accident that's claimed the life of a Magoffin County man yesterday near his home on part of Magoffin County that he was born and raised and loved. I also have a few arrests to pass along. I've got a forecast that's pushing 80 in a couple of places. Can you believe it? And I'll have all that and a lot on our calendar and much more in just a second.
If they had to pick a favorite time of the year at the seasonal shop, this would be it. They love fall and Halloween and all the things they bring. It's the perfect place for spooky and cool t-shirts and earrings to match. And the chilly weather has them ready for sweaters, long dresses, sherpas, scarves, and boots, and so much more. It's all here. The women's fall and winter fashion is gorgeous. They have styles for any event or a cozy day at home. And it is not too early to talk about Christmas. It will be here before you know it, and their elves have already started decorating. It's magical. You could be the gingerbread house queen or king at the seasonal shop. And perhaps most importantly, their open house will be November the 7th through the 12th. So mark your calendars and don't forget to join them for their annual Christmas extravaganza. It's just so much to see and experience. And it's only at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville. Just as quick as one arrives, it feels like the next is already about to begin. And Conley Tire doesn't want you to start any of the driving seasons unprepared. Be safe and sound and get there with the best offers on the best tires by the best manufacturers. All with service you've grown to trust. Go to conleytire.net or stop by in Staffordsville to find out more. Or give them a call at 297-2424. Banking from home or on the go has never been easier and will forever be an important and necessary part of life. And Sagersville National has been and will always be at the forefront of meeting and exceeding your financial needs and giving you the safest and most worry-free online and mobile banking so you can worry about the important things, like what's for dinner. They're there when you need them at the main and branch locations of the Sagersville National Bank.
Since I've been mayor, the city has built a new garage for the street department to house the equipment that we have invested in. 2 dump trucks, 2 zero-turn mowers, 3 pickups, a salt spreader, snow plow, and so much more when we literally, honest to goodness, had nothing more than a shovel and a weed eater when I took office. After going to a full-time police force for the first time in history, we bought 5 new vehicles for law enforcement, and 5 new vehicles for the fire department, including a 24/7 EMS response vehicle to answer all emergency calls in the city. I believe that when you have an emergency, there is no reason someone with the city shouldn't be the first one there, and we are. We have worked so hard and cleaned up and recovered using every cent available, working with FEMA and the state to get back up and rebuild after the tornado, countless floods, and 2 major ice storms. We made Sayersville citizens a top priority with everything we've had. It took years of lobbying, improving ourselves as a responsible city after the previous administration left the waterworks bankrupt and a day away from shutting down, to not just keep our water turned on, but to improve our water quality to now being among the very best in the state. And we have secured over $1.2 million in funding for the water plant and a new water tank to make it all possible. Then there's almost $1.3 million coming in just a few months to improve Restaurant Row. Over $4.2 million for the Ivy Point project starting right now, and the millions spent on the Mountain Parkway expansion that didn't bypass Sayersville as they had intended. All of which took months and years of planning and dedication and collaboration with Frankfort to become a reality. And perhaps the icing on the cake, the beautification of downtown, the flowers, markers, signage, the groups that we have working together to promote and build our Founders Day and 4th of July celebrations, all of which are unprecedented in Sayersville. And just the overall pride and honor we should all have when we and visitors pass through. My record and my opponent's record stand for themselves, and they are completely opposite. That's why I'm asking, that's why I am imploring that you not just vote for me, but also to not take Sayersville back to where my opponent left it, broke and desperate 11 years ago. That's why it is so important to come out and vote and stand up and say once and for all that Sayersville's had enough of the old self-serving politics of the past. Please come out and vote for your friend Pete Shepard, Mayor of Sayersville. Thank you for listening.
I'm Bill Tinker. I've spent the past 19 years defending insurance companies in car crashes, truck crashes, and slip and falls. Are you involved in a case like that? Is the insurance company giving you the runaround about your medical bills, your benefits, or your lost wages? Contact me at McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
Hello, McGoffin County voters. My name is Andrew Reisner. I'm running for Magistrate in District 1, but I'm ready to be the voice for everybody. I filed for Magistrate team to win and help McGoffin County grow and prosper, and I'll prove it to you when I'm elected. I promise to be fair and treat everyone equal. I promise to dedicate my heart and soul on being the best magistrate for District 1 and McGoffin County. Thank you for the ones who have supported me and continue to do so. I love District 1 and McGoffin County. Vote Drew 2022.
The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sayersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy, the convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service, and the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sayersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that.
The past 3 years have been like no other time in history. We have had flooding events, ice storms, a 100-year pandemic, emergency service issues, and now we have inflation rising to levels not seen in decades. But in McGoffin County, we don't let adversity get us down. We have steadily moved our county forward, and this is because of you. Because of your faith and trust in me, I have been able to build relationships in Frankfort and in Washington, D.C., placing McGoffin County on the map as an up-and-coming community. Locally, we are continuing to renovate our county-owned buildings, properties, and parks. We now have a state-of-the-art 911 center, and we use every dollar of our road fund to repair and maintain our county roads. But as we all know, there is still so much more work to be done. I pledge to keep pushing for funding to expand water across the county, for economic development, for tourism, and other items to improve our community, as well as continuing to support and honor our local veterans. Again, thank you for your trust and support, and I ask for your vote for another term as Judge Executive so we can keep McGoffin County moving forward.
2 arrest records to pass along to you tonight. The first stemming from a police chase that took place last Friday and ended in Police arresting a man on a motorcycle after mechanical failure and a police pursuit of well over 125 miles an hour in numerous counties. The other, a McGoffin County woman charged for endangering the welfare of a minor after being found halfway in the road and slumped over behind the wheel of her car. We'll begin, however, with the arrest of William V. Hicks, who was charged by the Johnson County Sheriff's Department after they and other authorities from a number of counties were involved in a police pursuit involving a motorcycle that was the subject of an attempted traffic stop on Kentucky 825 for no license plates.
The second police pursuit in or through McGoffin County in just the past week or two, this one resulting in the arrest of, again, 40-year-old William V. Hicks of Sitka, fleeing and evading police in the first degree, doing so on a suspended operator's license, possession of a controlled substance in the first degree for methamphetamine, prescriptions in their improper container, reckless driving, wanton endangerment of a police officer, driving under the influence, no insurance, and other charges. This after authorities tried to make that traffic stop on 825. He refused to stop on the motorcycle in which he was traveling. He hit 825, then he hit Kentucky 460 in McGoffin County. The Sheriff's Department then joined in the pursuit. Then he turned back eastbound on 460, back onto 825, onto 40, onto 23, and once on 23 he hit southbound towards Floyd County. Before reaching Floyd County, however, he changed direction again and started going north, sometimes in the wrong lane of travel, at speeds clocked up to at least 133 miles per hour with absolutely no regards for traffic oncoming or otherwise, changing lanes between vehicles, driving on the shoulder at high rates of speed, trying to elude authorities. It was finally in Lawrence County, in front of the Tractor Supply, that after stopping, Hicks got off his motorcycle and was taken into custody without further incident. I'm told that the chain on the motorcycle, I think, is what broke, and he finally pulled over as a result. He had a backpack on him. There was methamphetamine, Suboxone strips, syringes, and other items in there. He also had a warrant out of Johnson County for fleeing and evading police on another occasion. He's still in the Big Sandy.
The other arrest is that of a McGoffin County woman, Stephanie Ann Daniel, for driving under the influence, possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and endangering the welfare of a minor.
These events all unfolded yesterday on around the mouth of Oakley, actually, on the Elk Creek side, around 5 o'clock or so. That's where Trooper Tracy Salyer with the KSP says that he was dispatched to the intersection of 2019 and 3334 because a deputy was requesting assistance with a woman, this woman, Stephanie Daniel, 41 of Salyersville, who was said to be passed out in her car with two children in the vehicle partially in the gravel lot and partially in the roadway, with her unconscious or passed out at the time. The officers made contact with her, observed her slumped over the wheel in her driver's seat, advised that they as well saw two small children in the car. The car was in park and not running. They were able to make contact with her. She was asked to step out and failed all field sobriety tests after doing so. They asked Daniel how she got to where she was. She stated that she was taking the kids to get Halloween costumes, and then that she then drove through town up Mine Fork and was crossing 3334 to get to her home, saying that she felt tired, so she had pulled off. With slurred speech, steady, unbalanced, and again failing all field sobriety tests, she had a black bag in her possession, inside which were plastic baggies with a fine crystal powder substance believed to be methamphetamine, amount of marijuana, syringes, a tourniquet, rolling papers, a marijuana joint, a number of other items of paraphernalia, all in her possession.
A representative of the McGoffin County Coroner's Office with us in just a few moments to talk about the death of a McGoffin County man in a tragic freak accident yesterday afternoon. We'll have that official information in just a few seconds. Before we go to that, let's go on over to tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar. We have a lot going on in the calendar, a lot of things happening this week, this weekend. This calendar begins with a birthday to a friend of, everyone here in the Mortimer family. Your News Today. The list goes on and on and on.
Truth is, David, I had a number of calls, not just from Valerie, but from a number of friends, and like I said, including us as well. Happy birthday wishes going out to our friend David Patrick. David, happy birthday to you, my friend. Happy birthday to you. Got an announcement I don't have typed in, but let me tell you, the McGoffin County Senior Citizen Center is having a chicken and dumpling fundraiser this Thursday, day after tomorrow, 11 till 2. They will be delivering in the downtown area, 349-5152, $8 per meal. That's chicken, dumplings, green beans, corn, roll, and peach cobbler. All proceeds for the Christmas fund for their seniors. Thursday, McGoffin County Senior Citizen Center. The Water into Wine Food Pantry wants me to tell everyone their regular pantry day is this week, tomorrow, 9 till 11:30. Their senior commodity day will be Thursday, November the 17th. Can't believe it's November. Also, another regular commodity day will be Wednesday the 16th, but they're having a regular commodity day tomorrow, 9 till 11:30. And here's a big one from the Lakefront Church of God. They're having a pancake and sausage breakfast this Saturday, 9 till 2. You can eat breakfast and lunch. Pancakes. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't judge me. $7 per person, pancakes, sausage, eggs, syrup, hash browns at the Lakefront Church of God. They're also having a free seminar in a few weeks that I'll tell you about a little later on about Medicare and some things you need to know. But pancakes this Saturday, 9 till 2, just $7 per person. They're having a scheduled upgrade at the Sayersville National Bank to their computer system. So that means the branch bank will be closed this Saturday, and their telephone banking system will be down as well. The ATMs at the main and the branch locations will be available, as will be internet banking through their website. But the branch bank will be closed, as well as telephone banking, this Saturday. They wish to thank you for your understanding. Upgrades, you got to do them. Nobody likes them, but you got to do them. Pecans available. Call the Burning Fork Community Church. 1-pound bags of fresh pecans, the freshest, $12. Get yours in time for holiday baking or snacking. Alice Turner, 349-2172, or Margaret Arnett, 422-0145 are the ladies to call to get yours as soon as possible. And always call me as soon as possible, or just before you want it to run, for your announcement on the calendar. Birthdays, of course, and anniversaries, too. From there, we'll go to obituaries for this Tuesday, brought to you nightly by our friends at the McGoffin County Funeral Home. We'll begin with announcements for 74-year-old Maxine Boo Boo Carty of Sayersville. She passed away yesterday at the Sayersville Nursing and Rehab Center, survived by her two brothers, Lester and Adrian Carty, and her sister Eileen Carty of Sayersville. Funeral services will be held this Thursday morning at 11 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Friends can visit the funeral home Wednesday evening from 6 till 9 and prior to Thursday's services. Dr. Thomas Allen Smith, 70, of Walker Hill in Staffordsville, passed away Friday at his home. He was a family practice doctor for over 3 decades. He's survived by his wife, Linda Childers Smith, his father, Thomas Hilton Smith, son Brandon Smith, daughters Sarah Zamita, Rebecca Smith, a grandchild, sister Nancy Murphy, brothers Larry and Randy and Jerry and Ronnie and Donnie Smith. And a memorial service remembering the life of Dr. Smith will be held Saturday at 2 o'clock at the Church of God of Prophecy in Prestonsburg. The family will welcome friends Saturday at 1 to the church prior to services at 2. Elizabeth M. Savage Pierce, 56, of Sayersville, passed away Thursday at Baptist Health in Lexington. The daughter of the late Joseph N. D. Baker Savage, she survived by her companion Dwayne Patrick, son William Franklin, daughters Erin Pierce and Janelle Franklin, brother Joe Savage, sister Joy Savage, and 2 grandkids. A memorial service will be announced at a later date. And we'll talk more about him in just a few moments, but the only arrangements I have at this hour are those of 75-year-old Nelson Lovely of Gun Creek, who passed away yesterday near his home. Services are incomplete, but to be announced soon by the Sayersville Funeral Home. We'll get more on Nelson's passing in just a second.
Hello, McGoffin County. I'm David Neal Howard, candidate for McGoffin County Sheriff. I want to thank each and every one of you for allowing me to come into your homes and giving me a few minutes of your valuable time. The Sheriff's Office is much bigger than one person. That is why from day one, I will be seeking out your opinion, your support, and your help, not only in dealing with our drug problems, but in every situation, to make McGoffin County a safer and a better place to live and to raise our families. Being a fourth generation raised here on my family's farm, my roots run deep here in McGoffin County. So does my passion for the people of our town. I'll make you two promises. Number one, I will always treat everyone with fairness and respect. Number two, I will work day and night to fulfill the duties of the Sheriff's Office. And on November the 8th, I humbly ask you to vote for me, David Neal Howard, as your next McGoffin County Sheriff. May God bless you and your family.
Hello, I'm Dr. Cheryl Stalder Cheney, podiatrist currently located in Sattersville, Kentucky. I've been servicing patients within Eastern Kentucky for the past 20 years.
Our feet are the foundation for everything we do, and whether you're suffering from fractures or injuries, need custom orthotics, diabetic foot care, sports medicine, heel pain, wound care, or anything else foot related, relief is just one step away.
Welcome to Hope Family Podiatry Center, where we take care of all of your podiatric needs.
Located on the Parkway next to Hope Pediatrics.
Hello, I'm John Kevin Holbrook, candidate for Circuit Judge in Johnson, Lawrence, and Martin counties. I'm running for Circuit Judge because you, the voters, deserve to decide who is best qualified to be your next Circuit Judge. I was honored to serve you as your District Judge for many years, and I'm ready, willing, and able to serve you as your next Circuit Judge. You deserve to have a candidate with several years of judicial experience for your consideration. You're hiring a Circuit Judge to serve you for the next 8 years. So please give this decision your most careful consideration. I trust your judgment as you have trusted mine. If I'm to consider myself the best candidate, it is because of my experience while serving as your district judge and since then serving as a Mountain Region assignment judge. Additionally, I served as special circuit judge in our counties in 2003. During that time, I effectively fulfilled the duties of circuit judge, so I'm most capable of doing it for you for the next 8 years. Thank you, and I trust I've earned your vote by how I've conducted myself and worked for you as your judge.
Are you tired of the same old cell phone? Want a new phone, but really don't want to pay the hundreds of dollars up front for it? Appalachian Wireless has a deal for you. Get the phone you actually want instead of settling for a cheaper phone with the Appalachian Advantage Plan. Instead of paying $600 or more for the best phone, simply pay the taxes up front and then a few bucks a month more on your monthly bill. Stop by your local Appalachian Wireless store or dealer today for more information. It's the better, simpler way to pay. And it's called the Appalachian Advantage because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
There's just no denying it. Some things you crave all year long, but some of those things you crave even more when the leaves start to change and fall and there's a chill in the air. And our famous fresh-baked chicken pot pies are at the very top of that list. They're a warm, tasty, delicious snack or a meal in its own perfect little box at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe.
As meth, heroin, and fentanyl have literally exploded. There's not a single person hearing this that hasn't seen a family member or friend overdose or die, or hasn't seen their loved ones' meth-covered faces, knowing that their lives are being destroyed by some dealer who could care less. In just the past 8 years, I have taken 400 cases to state and federal courts, and my cases have led to 530 indictments. Every one of these cases have been successfully prosecuted with lengthy prison sentences. Many of my cases were adopted into the federal court system for the purpose of identifying and prosecuting the suppliers bringing this poison into our counties. As a result, we have been able to document well over 1,500 pounds of meth, heroin, and fentanyl that have been stopped from entering into our area. That's the law enforcement I want to bring to McGoffin County. That's the law enforcement we must have in McGoffin County. If we cut it off at the top, the rest will follow. Less thefts and overall crimes, less deaths, and less destroyed lives and families, and fewer children who are being taken out of their homes to be raised somewhere else. On day one, I will utilize my connections with Operation Unite, the DEA, ATF, and FBI, and with federal prosecutors to work jointly to aggressively combat our war on drugs. I have nearly 34 years of extensive training and experience in law enforcement. I'm a retired Kentucky State Police Trooper and held many positions: Senior Trooper, Detective, Administrative Sergeant, Squad Sergeant, and Detective Sergeant at Pikeville and the Drug Enforcement Section. And I am currently the narcotics investigator at the Johnson County Sheriff's Office. State law says anyone can be sheriff with absolutely no training or experience required and do nothing but collect taxes. You only have to win an election. But I know that now more than ever what we need is the exact opposite. A fair, hard-working, understanding, sensible, and most certainly qualified sheriff is what we need. And with your support, I promise to give everyone in McGoffin County exactly that. Please join my efforts and be a part of a positive change and vote for Bill Meade, Republican candidate for McGoffin County Sheriff. Thank you very much.
I'm Kelly Collins.
And I'm Taylor Shepard.
And we are with the Golden Law Office. We both began our legal careers in Lexington, representing the nation's largest insurance companies. This experience provided us with inside knowledge as to how the insurance company will defend your case.
We are now taking that knowledge and returning to our hometown in Eastern Kentucky.
As a partner at Golden Law Office, we are returning home to continue to help those hurt through no fault of their own. If you or a family member have been injured in an auto or truck accident, call Golden Law Office today.
Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
For our neighbors over in the Middle Creek area over in Floyd County, Kentucky Power officials are planning upgrades to the electric transmission system in Floyd County, and they're having and hosting an in-person open house to share their ideas for the proposed upgrades with the community. The Middle Creek Prestonsburg Transmission Line Rebuild Project involves building about 9 miles of 69 kilovolt electric transmission line between Middle Creek and Prestonsburg substations to replace a 46 kilovolt transmission line that they plan to retire. This project is going to allow crews to retire the aging power line that consists of wooden poles that go back to the 40s, and plans for the new power line include installing a new steel H-frame structure or structures and lattice towers, with proposed upgrades to strengthen the local electric system and increase service reliability for area customers. Building this new 69 kilovolt power line will also prepare the electric system for growth in the area and allows crews to retire the existing transmission line that is becoming difficult to maintain and responsible for a lot of outages and a lot of issues. The project starts at the Middle Creek substation on 404 in David and continues northeast to the Prestonsburg substation on Webb Lane in Prestonsburg. And they tell me that landowners and community members are invited to an in-person open house to talk to project team members and review the route options and provide input. That is Tuesday, November the 15th, a couple of weeks from tomorrow, 5:30 to 7:30 at the Jenny Wiley State Resort Park. And if you can't attend, there will be a virtual open house at KentuckyPower.com/Middle Creek. A family, and to be quite honest, a community and a large portion of the county is in mourning after who I will forever refer to as the, I want to say technically the unofficial mayor of Royalton, as he was called, but I think in a lot of our books he was the official mayor of Royalton, as a freak accident claimed the life of a McGoffin County man near his home last evening.
Pictures of Nelson Lovely where he's not dancing or smiling or both are few and far between. Anyone who's been around him, certainly on special occasions in his beloved Royalton community, know that all too well, which is making it harder for friends and community members and family members, of course, to understand or comprehend that he's gone after a sudden and freak accident near his home on property he has known all of his life, after he and one of his dogs were discovered tragically in a well last evening after an hours-long search. For an official account, McGoffin County Deputy Coroner Brian Parker.
McGoffin County Rescue Squad was notified yesterday at 16:55 of a male subject possibly lost in the woods in the Wolverine area, which is off Gun Creek. 2150 911 contacted the coroner's office. A body found in a suspected well. Upon arrival, the body was identified as Nelson Lovely, age 75, of Gun Creek Road, Syersville, Kentucky. Story, as we currently know, is Mr. Lovely left early that morning to run his dogs. He's very familiar with the property. Was born and raised over there. There was just a well. How he got in there, whether it be stepping on it, breaking through, we really don't know just quite yet. But he was taken to the Kentucky Medical Examiner's Office in Frankfort, Kentucky, for an autopsy. The water and the water temperature are definitely factors in Mr. Lovely's death at this time, is what the preliminary is saying.
From there, we'll go on to your Licking Valley RACC outlook, and we will look at temperatures climbing to where they haven't been in a few weeks. Yeah, it may be the 1st of November, but, we always see Mother Nature make a late run, and in the 7 days, she's running into the upper 70s.
It's not unusual really at all. I mean, if you go back, you got to go back a few years. Some of this doesn't feel that long, but back in 87, at the London office of the National Weather Service, they recorded 83 degrees, still a record to this day. On this day, back in that same year, Jackson had a 79-degree day. Now, that's not a record for that day, but it was, close to being there. So upper 70s, not all that unusual for November, and even a little bit farther into it. Nevertheless, 48 degrees, mostly cloudy skies tonight and a calm wind. Tomorrow, mid-60s, more of the same, more clouds, and a few more sprinkles and maybe some drizzle in the mid-afternoon. Otherwise, just cloudy, comfortable, 65. Might feel a tad bit cooler than that if you get under a sprinkle or a little bit of drizzle, but mostly cloudy skies pretty much across the board. 47 for your low tomorrow night. And then the sun and the warmer air rolls in. Thursday, we'll push it up to 72, 47 that night, sunny, clear skies across the board. Then we'll go to the mid-70s, perhaps on the dot. Friday, 75, 51, sunny, and mostly clear. And what could the weekend hold? Well, it holds a chance at getting to the 80s. Right now, we're going to call it a 78-degree Saturday and a 77-degree Sunday before slowly waning back down to the low 70s. But that, ladies and gentlemen, that's a nice weekend. 78, mostly sunny, close to 60 Saturday night. Sunday, 77, partly sunny. You do see some shower chances start to creep their way in Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but we're talking 20-30% at most. Temperature still in anywhere from the upper to low 70s, and still with a lot of sunshine all the way through your 7-day. That is a nice run of some very, very nice fall weather. Did I say nice already? It is November, but still nice.
Again, still a lot to see and do. Halloween coverage start to finish coming up later on in the week. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday, I'm not even sure. As well as a couple of breaking stories that we have been made aware of. One, a major economical announcement, we believe, for McGoffin County. I hope to have that as soon as tomorrow, possibly. Regardless, a lot of news that I hope that you'll be here with me to see starting next time. For now, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Good night, and thank you for watching.